Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the Bharat Stage 6. All automobile manufacturers had to implement their automobiles to the norms of Bharat Stage 6 on the 1st of April 2020. And we're going to be talking about the Bharat Stage 6 and Bharat Stage 4 engines. We're going to be talking about what the difference in the engine is. We're going to be talking about what Bharat Stage is at all and where did Bharat Stage 5 even go. We're going to be talking about the price hike of cars that's going to happen in petrol and diesel cars. What can we expect with the new Bharat Stage 6 engines, and also the price hike in fuel and why exactly this all is happening. We're also going to be talking about the Bharat Stage 4 and the Bharat Stage 6 price comparison of the Ford Freestyle and the Ford Figo Blue. Guys, also in this video, we're going to be talking about how Ford has managed to reduce the price of the Ford Freestyle in the Titanium Plus model, whilst other automobile manufacturers have had to increase the price for the Bharat Stage 6 engines. But before that, guys, I would like to tell you all that if you all are here for the first time and you all haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we have a lot of automobile content coming out. We talk about automobile tech, reviews and news and a lot of other things. You can let me know what you want me to make a video on next in the comment section and we'll make a video on that as well. So make sure you subscribe, and if you all enjoy this video at the end, like this video and share it with your friends and family. Anyway, let's get right to the video. So first, let's understand what Bharat Stage is. Bharat Stage is governed by a body called Bharat Stage Emission Standard, which makes sure that the amount of exhaust gas that comes out the back of your car follows a particular norm and is not polluting the air too much. These standards become stricter with time. Let's look at the first ever Bharat Stage standard that came into India. Back in 2000 is when it all started. With the India 2000 is what it was first called. This happened in 2000 obviously, and later on the next one that followed that was in 2005 with the Bharat Stage 2. Following that, in 2010 was Bharat Stage 3, and pretty recently, 3 years back, we had the Bharat Stage 4 in 2017. Now we have the Bharat Stage 6 in 2020 and the Bharat Stage 5 has disappeared. The reason they skipped Bharat Stage 5 is because they made the norms extremely strict when it shifted from Bharat Stage 4 to Bharat Stage 6. The reason the Indian government did that is because they're trying to keep in same lines with the European standards, the European norm. Right now in Europe, the European norm is the Euro 6 that's happening, and we are also pretty much following the same criteria. That actually shows that the Indian automobile industry is following European standards and worldwide standards which are very high and contributing to a greener India and a greener world. So first, let's start to understand the Bharat Stage engine switching from 4 to 6. What does that mean? Okay, so when our engines produce exhaust and farts it off from the back, basically what's happening is that these harmful chemicals get created and harmful gases get emitted into the atmosphere. With time, with every single new Bharat Stage norm that's coming, these emissions norms make sure that the pollutant gas that's getting emitted from the back through an exhaust pipe is becoming less and less harmful. Now, one of the extremely poisonous gases that gets emitted out from our tailpipe is the nitrogen oxide. There's an amount of nitrogen oxide that is allowed to get emitted from your tailpipe to consider the car to be of a particular standard. So in the Bharat Stage 4, the amount of NO2 gas that was allowed to get emitted out in petrol was 80 mg per kilometer. That means in 1 kilometer, more than 80 mg of nitrogen oxide gas was not allowed to get emitted out from your car. In the case of diesel, it was 250 for Bharat Stage 4. Now, in the new norms, the Bharat Stage 6 norms, this has become extremely strict, especially for diesel. In petrol, that 80 has shifted to 60. So now in 1 kilometer, your car cannot produce more than 60 mg of nitrogen oxide gas. Whereas in diesel, that 250 has shifted to 80 mg per kilometer. That is a big jump for diesel. And because of these big jumps in numbers, they affect the amount of research and development resources and even money that gets spent on tweaking these engines to make sure that they follow these norms. And that means that engine manufacturers have to ensure that these engines don't produce more amount of nitrogen oxide gas in the air to follow these norms, and as a result these engines become more expensive. Automobile manufacturers have to spend a lot of time, resources and money to ensure that their cars become Bharat Stage 6 compliant. That means the person who is actually going to feel this pinch is the buyers, that's us, because the fact that these cars are becoming more expensive because they have to be tweaked in a manner also means that the end user, that's us, has to pay a little bit more. Now let's look at some price hike that's going to happen. Let's look at two examples. In the case of petrol, we have the Swift and the Ertiga. The Swift Bharat Stage 4 petrol has risen up. In the Bharat Stage 6, the price has risen up by 15,000, and in the case of the Ertiga has risen up by 10,000. That means around 10 to 20,000 is going to be the price hike in petrol. Whereas in diesels, because like we mentioned, the amount of tweaking that has to be done to make sure that the car produces only nitrogen oxide of 80 mg per kilometer is quite a lot. The tweaking and the research and development is quite a lot. As a result, diesel engine cars are going to become a little bit more expensive. They're going to be between 80 to 1 lakh of a hike of price in the Bharat Stage 4 to Bharat Stage 6. Now for the Bharat Stage 6 norm to be applicable, you need to put in Bharat Stage 6 fuel inside a Bharat Stage 6 engine. Only then will you get the outcome of a BS6 compliant norm. Now let's just quickly look at the fuel, because the amount of sulfur that's there in the fuel is quite a lot in the Bharat Stage 3, Bharat Stage 4, and it has reduced quite a bit to the Bharat Stage 6. So quickly let's look at the amount of sulfur. Now why is sulfur required in the fuel? Sulfur has properties of lubrication as well as it helps in the cylinder chambers for the combustion. So it has multiple properties, and the most important one is the fact that it acts like a lubricant in the engine. Now the sulfur, when it burns, has some negative properties. Now there was a massive jump in the sulfur quantity inside the fuel from the Bharat Stage 3 to the Bharat Stage 4. So let's quickly look at the Bharat Stage 3. In petrol, there was 150 milligrams per kg of sulfur in the fuel, and that reduced to the Bharat Stage 4 to 50 milligrams per kg. Now that is further reduced in the Bharat Stage 6 to 10 milligrams per kg. That is a massive jump. Now the sulfur has been reduced, but as a result, they have replaced that with other chemicals which will make sure that the engine still runs smoothly and the lubrication still happens perfectly, even though the sulfur has reduced. In diesels, the jump from Bharat Stage 3 to Bharat Stage 4 was even bigger. The amount of sulfur that was there in the Bharat Stage 3 fuel was 350 milligrams per kg, and that has reduced to 50 milligrams per kg, and that further reduced to 10 milligrams in the Bharat Stage 6. So the government said nothing doing that the fuel that's going to be provided for the diesel and the petrol is going to have the same amount of sulfur no matter what. Now let's quickly look at how the Bharat Stage 6 is going to affect the mileage in our engines. Now let's look at one example. The Swift Dzire, the petrol Swift Dzire, claims to produce 22 kilometers per liter in the Bharat Stage 4. However, in the Bharat Stage 6, that has been reduced to 21.21 kilometers per liter. So the average has reduced by a very small margin in the Swift Dzire, and you can see a similar result in all the other cars as well. Now, like I said, in diesel cars, the research is going to be a lot more and going to be much more expensive for automobile manufacturers. Hence, in certain cases, automobile manufacturers have gotten rid of diesel cars altogether. In the Vitara Brezza previous generation, we only had the Fiat diesel engine that used to come in. Maruti Suzuki had borrowed Fiat's diesel engine and had put it in all its Vitara Brezzas. Vitara Brezza only came with a diesel engine prior to the Bharat Stage 6. But as soon as the Bharat Stage 6 norms came in, they got rid of the diesel engine and only switched on to petrol engines that were more easy to make Bharat Stage 6. Now, they did this because to keep the cost low. Now let's answer a few questions that is on everyone's mind. What happens if we have a Bharat Stage 4 engine and we put Bharat Stage 6 fuel inside it? Is that going to affect the engine in any way? First, let me talk about this scenario, and then we'll vice versa it and talk about the next one. So if you have a Bharat Stage 4 car, and that's going to be majority of the criteria, because a lot of cars that are there in India, 90% or more than 90% of cars that are there on the road right now are Bharat Stage 4 compliant because they were bought earlier, and some cases they might even be Bharat Stage 3 compliant. So what happens when you put a BS6 fuel inside it? So if you put a BS6 fuel inside a BS4 car, nothing much is going to happen, but it's going to affect your mileage and your brake horsepower to a very small and a negligible extent. Remember, the amount of sulfur that's there in a BS6 fuel is much less as compared to the BS4 fuel, and the BS4 fuel is going to be redundant and not available anymore. But there are additives inside the fuel that will still make sure that the lubrication that happens within the engine is there, and also the combustion happens extremely smoothly. Now what happens if you have a BS6 car and you put in BS4 fuel? Well, nothing major is going to happen when it comes to mileage and when it comes to power. Remember, the sulfur content is more, so you will not be able to have your emissions coming out as BS6. It will be a combination of the two, but you will definitely not have BS6 emissions coming out. For your car to produce BS6 emissions, you need to have a BS6 engine and BS6 fuel combining together to give out emission norms which are classified in the category of BS6. Now the next question is that if you are able to get your hands on a brand new BS4 engine car, should you go for it? Well, I would say yes, you should go for it, because you're gonna get a crazy discount on it. These car engines have been discontinued, but that does not hold any problem when it comes to the driving of your car, the mileage of your car, the power of your car. It's going to be extremely minimalistic and you're not even going to feel it. So if you're in the market right now looking to buy, say, a hatchback or a sedan, and the company is offering you a better deal on a BS4 engine, because right now we are in May, you should actually consider buying a BS4 engine. And also right now what's available is Bharat Stage 6 fuel. That means that the fuel that goes in is a cleaner fuel. So the emissions that come out of your car will be better than the BS4 engine with BS4 fuel. Now let's quickly look at the fuel prices. The fuel prices is going to increase for sure, because the amount of infrastructure that goes into actually making sure that the Bharat Stage 6 fuel is available countrywide is quite an enormous kharcha. Now the government is doing its best to make sure that the amount of fuel and pollution that happens in the capital city is reduced. So first, the Bharat Stage 6 fuel was available in the capital city in Delhi to make sure that cleaner fuel is at least provided, and now they have ensured that the Bharat Stage 6 fuel is available everywhere in the country. According to a news article, News 18, the centre has spent approximately 18,000 to 20,000 CR in providing cleaner fuel to the entire country. Now guys, we're taking an example of the Suzuki, how the price hike has increased out there, and by 10,000 to 20,000 in petrol engines and 80 to 1 lakh in diesel engines. Now let's have a look at Ford and Ford Freestyle. Let's look at the Ford Figo. The Figo Blue, let's talk about first. In the Figo Blue, the price hike has happened by 30,000 from BS4 to BS6. And in diesel also, the price hike has been approximately 30,000. Now, if we quickly look at the Ford Freestyle, somehow Ford has managed to reduce the price of the BS6 engine in the Ford Freestyle as compared to all the other cars, and even other manufacturers are stunned as to how Ford has managed to actually reduce the price in the BS6 engine as compared to the BS4, and I'm going to explain to you all how. In the Titanium Plus petrol model, the price has been reduced from the Bharat Stage 4 to the Bharat Stage 6 by 27,000, and in the diesel, the price has been reduced by 17,000 from Bharat Stage 4 to Bharat Stage 6. So how has Ford managed to reduce the price when other automobile manufacturers are having to increase the price because of the research and development and the tweaking that has been required to be done on their engines to make them Bharat Stage 6 compliant? Well, Ford has gotten rid of their infotainment system, which is the Sync 3 infotainment system. The Sync 3 infotainment system is a rather expensive one and comes in all Ford cars. You see them in the Ford EcoSport, in the Ford Endeavour, and even in the Mustang and all other Ford cars. This Sync is used in all American Ford cars, and as a result, they have gotten rid of the Ford Sync that comes in the Titanium Plus model and have replaced it with the one that comes in the Titanium model. So they have gotten rid of the expensive Sync infotainment system and replaced it with the inferior one in order to make the prices the same. They have taken something that was less important and replaced it with something that's more important and reduced the prices as compared to what other automobile manufacturers aren't able to do. Let's answer one more question. Can you work on your car to make your car Bharat Stage 6 compliant? Well, the answer to that in simple language is yes, you can. You can work on your car to make your car Bharat Stage 6 compliant, but should you? No, you shouldn't. Because remember, automobile manufacturers invest a lot of time, resources and money in making sure that their cars follow the norms which the government is providing, making sure that the car emits gases which are healthier as compared to what the previous generation was. So you got to make sure that if you work on an engine, you know what you're doing, and you're going to end up spending a lot of money, time and resource on it. So it is better to just run your Bharat Stage 4 car with BS6 fuel. The last question let's answer is that what happens to the CNG engine? So if the CNG fuel is also going to be made Bharat Stage 6, but the engines are not going to have to be tweaked so much because the CNG fuel itself is very clean, so there's not going to be much changes in that, and also not much to see in the change of horsepower and the deliverance of mileage. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, remember to like this video and make sure that you share it with your family and friends for the knowledge and what the difference between the Bharat Stage 6 and the Bharat Stage 4 engines are, and also the fuel. I hope I covered everything. If I have missed out something, please let me know in the comment section and I will cover that, and or if it's a vast topic, I'll make a video on it as well. Remember guys, don't forget to subscribe and make sure that you all keep watching my channel for more such informative videos, and let me know what you want next in the comment section. We'll make a video on that, and you can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter with the same name, The Motoring Gossip, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.